All right, y'all. What is snapping? Welcome to TZL Unprescripted. Man, let's do this thing. Let's talk about some stuff that came across my desk. I figured I would share my perspectives with you. That's what I do, man. Give you a dose from TZL. Maybe we'll get a little chuckle therapy out of this stuff. You ready? All right, so what do we got? And thank you guys, as ever, if you guys come in to hang out in the TZL. I so appreciate it. It's always good to see you. I so appreciate our fellowship, man, and that you guys listen to this, take consideration of what this knucklehead has to say as, we kind of just, party on the lunacy that's that's going around town. That being said, let us take a look, and I already see my peeps coming in. Thank you so much. And forgive me, y'all, of course, if I don't say everybody by name, because I derail really easily. I'm just a horrible host that way. But let's go ahead and talk about what's going on. We got California's electric car revolution designed to save the planet. And of course, it's going to unleash a toll on it. I think this article is coming from Yahoo News or something like that. This is what has come across my desk. That I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying to be interested in this stuff, in this lunacy. But let's see. But this is what I have to say about it. I'm tripping out on these hypocrites, basically digging up the earth. Okay, you environmentalists who want us to have, I guess, everything, eventually powered by, I don't know, farts, what? I mean, well, no, it can't be. It can't even be as natural as farts because I guess farts are ruining the ozone, so we can't even fart. So I don't know what it is that you guys want to be powering everything. What is this redeemable resource that you guys, I know that you guys really think that it's redeemable to get rid of fossil fuels and we're going to use car batteries and stuff like that, but really, though, is it as redeemable as you think it is? Or this sustainable energy that you guys think that we should have? I'm just wondering, how is it okay for you? You don't want other industries digging up the earth or fracking or going to the ocean and drilling there, but it's okay for you guys to make an industry of scraping the ocean floor, messing with the ecology there. It's okay for you to go ahead and dig these big old pits and mine for the stuff that you want. And that's okay. That doesn't leave a footprint at all. That doesn't dig into the earth at all. Or if it does, it's okay because you're doing it because, you are the better stewards and you guys are the children of the earth and all that sort of stuff. And you're respecting Mother Nature. So it's okay for you guys to go ahead and do all this stuff. And meanwhile, why? And don't get me wrong, y'all. I'm not downplaying that you guys are doing that because, of course, if I downplayed that, then I would be a hypocrite and say that I'm downplaying the mining and the drilling and stuff that people do for fossil fuels. The thing I understand, though, is that in order to get resources, there's going to be a give and take for things. That's what y'all don't seem to understand. It doesn't matter what it is. There's going to be like some sort of, there's going to be a footprint that's going to be made. Okay, it ain't like y'all can levitate, okay? You're going to leave your footprint on something, okay? It doesn't matter what it is. To get your phones, right? Them fancy phones that you guys want to use and whatever it is that you guys want to do to enjoy your lifestyle and stuff like that. And you guys, and the sad part of it is that you guys think that you minimize your footprint. No, you don't. You don't. Matter of fact, okay, because you guys are the same nuts, that you're going to use the resources that, let me give you an analogy. You're the ones who go around talking about how smoking and vaping is bad for people. You guys have these huge campaigns about smoking and vaping, how bad it is. Smoking, vaping, bad for you. Smoking, vaping, bad for you. All these guilt-ridden commercials, but you guys act like inhaling marijuana smoke is nutritious. How does that work? All right, so you guys are like totally inconsistent. I don't know what it is that you guys be trying to promote. You don't either, right? I know what you guys are promoting. You guys are promoting lunacy. But the thing is, you guys think that you're working to minimize a footprint, and all you're doing really is increasing it, right? You guys see, here's the thing about fossil fuel. One thing about fossil fuel is that it's going to basically ignite consistently wherever it is. You guys are trying to put up industries that don't have the same effect. Wind, solar, all that sort of stuff. Solar's great, but it don't work everywhere, not as effectively. You know, it's like the sun don't shine the same way as it does every day. Some places are like really cloudy. Some places don't have that, like, you know, that really, you know, steady sunshine or wind power. Not every place is like windy like certain places. You ain't gonna get the same kind of push for these things. And the turbines, that's a motor, man. And if it's a motor, it needs oil. Right? So you guys ain't ditching the oil issue. You still got to use oil to lubricate those motors, those turbines. So what is it that you think that you're getting away from? You know, here's the thing. And the things that you guys are going to use to extract the materials and stuff like that, you got to use fossil fuel to power these instruments to do what you're doing. You already, with the fossil fuels, you already have a basic, and let's go ahead and just call it a pollutant, because everything is going to have a byproduct, y'all. You ain't getting away from that. All right. But let's just say you're going to have this pollutant of fossil fuels. You're going to use this fossil fuel creating pollutants to extract more things that are going to make more pollutants. That's what you're doing. You're not decreasing the problem, you're increasing it. Now you've got two things to make a pollutant with. You're going to use the fossil fuels and the toxic materials that you're going to dig out of the ground. And you're going to use one thing that was extracted by drilling or fracking or whichever, coal mining and all that sort of stuff. You're going to take that industry that was already doing those things to power the things that you need to go extract and use the instruments that you need to get this other stuff that you need. You guys just added to the pollution. But I guess, you know, it's redeeming for you. It's okay for you. Whichever, the saints of terror, you know, whatever. Yeah. See, that's why I got these Zoloft mugs, man. I'm telling you, help keep my head right, man. And I don't want to get caught up in their craziness. You guys can get these too at my website, bronzeserpentmedia.com. I hope that you guys go get it. Let folks know, man. It's like, yeah, man, I'm sipping me from a cup of head right. All right. I ain't trying to hear that craziness. And you get your shirts too, man. It's your shirt. It's just imagine like this is like a S on your chest. That's even more effective, right? For this liberal kryptonite to just bounce off it. It ain't gonna have no effect on you, right? You got to get your shirts, right? Okay, so let's take a look at what else is you know, and like I said, man, you know, they're making us pay for this stuff. That's the other sad part about it too. We being made to pay for this stuff. And, you know, they act like, you know, this is, they got to save the world. Y'all can't save the world. All right. Like I keep telling y'all, the world's already been saved. It's just a point of people accepting it. And because people don't accept it, we have this lunacy. And, but let's just go ahead and say that the world does need saving. What the world does need saving from, would be their lunacy. If that's what the world needs saving from, which, like I said, the Lord already saved the world. But if y'all want to insist that the world needs saving, it's from their lunacy that the world would need saving from. But at the end of the day, man, who's crazier here? Them or us who keep letting them advance with this stuff? You know, one has to ask. Let's see. Now, let's take a look at this next article. And thank you guys so much again. It's good to see you. Thank you. What's up, homies? Coming in to hang out in TZL to get this dose. It's always good to see y'all, man. I'm so appreciative of you. God bless you. Okay. Democrats planning civilian climate corps of millions paid at least $15 per hour. Oh, is that what it's worth to save the world? Oh, I thought you could have priced on that. I thought, you know, this effort was priceless. But it's how nice of them to go ahead and offer $15, at least $15 an hour to be part of the civilian climate corps. Okay, and this is so it says, this article is coming from Just the News, and it says our climate crisis today requires a peaceful but wartime scale mobilization in order to combat the climate crisis, says Ocasio-Cortez. Oh man, she's adorable. Okay, so now Democrats, let's say go ahead and get this through, right? Democrats are going to take this as credit for job creation. Right? This a million jobs right here, right? A million jobs. I guess people are going to take these jobs too, right? And conservatives, I want to tell y'all, be careful about how you're playing up how many jobs are available out there. Because if all these jobs are available, that's kind of like you guys give, you know, because conservatives be like, people aren't taking the jobs, but there's millions of jobs out there, right? You got to be careful because you might be playing at the Democrats' hand and helping Biden play up job creation. Be careful with that. All right, if jobs, if there's a surplus of jobs, well, that's a congratulations to Biden, right? You guys are admitting it because you're making fun of it. Conservatives out there saying, there's all these jobs, but people aren't taking the jobs. Why? Because of stimulus, because they want to stay at home and they just want to collect, social assistance and all that sort of stuff. This COVID compensation for whatever that is being given by the government while there's all these jobs out there. So be careful how you word that because you might be, because they can look back on it and say, hey, was it you conservatives who said that the Biden administration was able to oversee this boom of the job market? So many jobs. There was just too many jobs for people to even fill. I mean, or whichever. So kind of be careful with that. And with the jobs, along with those jobs that they're going to try to boast about is going to be jobs like this. And here's the thing, y'all, when they talk about these jobs that are being created, and Obama did the same thing, a lot of these jobs that they're creating, y'all, they're government jobs, right? Government jobs, that's not the same thing as a private sector job, y'all, because government jobs cost, all right? They don't give an economic boost to the economy. They cost. It's not like a private sector job. So that's what they're going to be bragging about. These aren't the kind of job increases that produce economic increase, right? These jobs are going to cost us, and what America will be paying for that this what Ocasio-Cortez is talking about is basically a paramilitary against the American people. Right, under the guise of good intentions. This climate, this civilian climate combatants, right? No, they're gonna be used to combat us. This is brown shirt stuff, This is Gestapo stuff, Hitler Youth kind of stuff. These people are very dyslexic on who the actual fascists and Nazis are. That's them. Okay, that's what they want the funding to put together this civilian. Mobilized climate, these climate cops, right? The civilian climate cops is what they're talking about. No, these people will be used against us. History has shown that. So the article also mentions that the budget reconciliation framework currently totals an estimated $3.5 trillion. Wait a minute, that's with a T. With a TR, right? With a trillion. Wait a minute, man, we just be throwing around trillions like it's toilet paper. With another trillion, so they didn't already, even though Biden acts like it's a gift, as I said before, Biden acts like, oh, I've done this wonderful thing. I'm putting trillions of dollars towards the vaccine and the fight COVID, like it's a gift, like you're doing us a favor. Dude, you're charging us, right? You charging us deep into generations to pay for this. I don't know where we're gonna get this money from. Right? And it's the same thing right here. There's the $3.5 trillion, the budget reconciliation framework, to do this, $3.5 trillion. Just like I said, it'd be throwing around trillions of dollars like it's toilet paper. But I take that back. I take that back. Wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice if we could print toilet paper as fast as we could print trillions of dollars? Right? If we printed toilet paper the same way that we print money, right? We never would have had a toilet paper shortage, man. Come on. So anyway, it also, it goes on to say, it includes a significant portion of Biden's Build Back Better agenda, including universal pre-K, tuition-free community college, and support for child care to taxpayers who meet certain income requirements. I've heard how that goes. Okay, so now they say that these child programs will be free. Well, sure, of course they're going to be free, y'all, because a lot of those kids who would be taken there will be dead because they'll be taken to the abortion facility instead. All right, they don't act like they're doing you some sort of thing. They'll be in court. They encourage people. No, you don't want to send your kid to school. You want to send them to the abortion clinic. That's where you want to send them, all right? Because remember, y'all, climate control is population control, right? Democrats actually, at the end of the day, they're just control freaks. They don't know what they want to control. But they do know that they want to control how people vote. They want to control the weather. They want to control guns. They want to control what you learn. They want to control the population, right? They want to control, in this right here, this whole thing, control vid. That's what it's all about, y'all. That's what it's all about. They're so obsessed with control, they can't even be consistent with what they're trying to control. They'll say that the world is overpopulated, and we know how they do. We see their inconsistencies. Talk about the world is overpopulated, but why are you guys so worried about COVID? Won't you just let COVID run its course? But it's like you'll say that the world is overpopulated, but at the same time, Democrats act like they got this Messiah complex that's going to save everybody from everything. Nobody has to die. Nobody's ever going to die with Democrats in power. We're your savior, right? They got this full-on Messiah complex. They do have a God complex because they're acting like they can save everybody, but they get to determine who lives and who dies. You see what I'm saying? So it's these people they're talk about megalomania, man. That's what these people are. They're fully inconsistent. All right, so consistently inconsistent, as I would say. All right. What else we got? We got this cat. What's his name, man? Elie Mystal. He's a regular on regular. I don't. A lot of levels to that right there. MSNBC regular dreams up brown gay Sims. The virtual game or whichever. A brown gay Sims utopia without Republicans. Okay. So now, who is this Elie Mystal? Well, he's some creepy, bigoted lawyer who likes having men put things up his Esquire, if you will. So anyway, I don't know, man. He reminds me of I don't know what he reminds me of. Anyway, he just reminds me of a pervert. He's a pervert. Anyway, but I can, a world without certain people is something that I can understand and sympathize with. I feel it's like, say for instance, I think the world would be better, if it didn't have people, ideas like yours floating around. You're a sexual deviant, you're a pervert, and your worldview is totally fascist. It's totally bigoted. You're a bigot, right? So I sympathize, man. A world without godless Democrats and collectivists and these SJWs and these so-called these woke zombies and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. A world without these folks would suit me just fine. Yes, it would. But here's where I differ. I hardly have fantasies of just eliminating such people, right? Or deleting them, if that sounds a little bit more, palatable, or nicer or less callous or whichever. This guy has fantasies about that. That's his fantasy, right? I don't have fantasies like that. Like the Lord says, I don't delight in the destruction of the wicked. I would prefer they see the light and live. Man, I want y'all to receive the Lord's peace and truth, man. It's like I don't have that kind of hatred in my heart like that. I make fun of you, yeah, but it's not mean-spirited fun, man. I don't want you guys to, man. I don't want anybody to go to hell. I don't want you to die in your wickedness. I want you to come around, man. Receive the Lord's peace and truth, please, right? So that being said, y'all, as a Christian, I don't look forward to the day where the godless, like these Democrats, are removed from us. I'm looking forward to the day when the Lord comes to remove us from you, right? Win-win, right? Hey. Now, that being said, y'all, people are wondering why God allows this to go on, right? Because God is allowing man to show how much evil he'll try to get away with. When you get down to it. Right? Not only that, y'all, not only to get away with evil, but to make his evils legal, right? Make them legal. It's not just a point of saying there's no law against me. It's like, somebody does something. There's no law saying that I can't do that. No, it's more than that. It's more than that. It's a point of saying it's the law that I'm protected to do it. right? And we see throughout history where people will institute laws that make it legal, that protects people to do evil things, right? That's when you really cross the line with God. Okay, so when God brings his case against us, it'll be airtight, y'all, airtight because of the evidence man supplied. Nobody will have any justifiable reason to doubt God's ruling on this, y'all. The nuisance known as the church will be removed, and the know-it-alls, right? They'll be left here to make the world as perfect as they want without us Christians getting in the way. Okay? Then, when that happens, they're going to be among those, right, who remained, who are going to realize that Jesus has always been the way, right? So they got to come to that conclusion at this point, which is really going to suck for them. Okay? Now, and they'll be persecuted by the others who still haven't realized, despite the obvious, that Jesus has always been the way, making God's judgment even more solid, right? So when God brings this final judgment, okay, it will be a closed case. Talk about case closed, irrefutable, incontrovertible, no appeal, all right? And it's not really correct, y'all, to say that God is allowing these things to happen, y'all. It's because, well, there's a reckoning. Nobody gets away with anything. People aren't just being allowed to do things. You know, that's not the case. There's a reckoning for these things. They still got to own up. All right. But God is allowing evidence. He's allowing evidence to be demonstrated. Fantasies like Elie Mystal's have become a reality, right? Where people, you know, are deleted by regimes of bigots like him. All right. So, you know, speaking of removed from the planet, let's take a look at this next article, man. We got MSNBC. What else was said on MSNBC? Earth may become uninhabitable unless Biden saves us. Oh boy. You people and your political messiahs, man. You know, as if, you know, the Lord's name is Al Shaddai. You know, it means a sufficient one, right? But I guess, you know, that wasn't enough for folks. You know, that's been all throughout history, man. That's been all throughout history. But I guess Biden is looked upon as he's got the power of the pen to go ahead and to save the planet. Let's see, what does it say here? And this was coming from Newsbusters, you know, basically calling out these liberals acting like, you know, Biden is supposed to be some savior here. MSNBC Weekend host Jonathan Capehart made absurd suggestions that humans might have to fly into outer space to find a place to live. He says, we have to get a handle on this. Otherwise, we're all going to be looking for seats on the Branson rocket. Yeah, I bet you do want a seat on Branson's rocket. I'm sorry. Lord help me. Okay, the Bezos rocket. I guess he's got a few rockets that he wants to ride from these dudes. The Bezos rocket. The Bezos, doesn't that mean kiss? That means kissing, right? Okay, the kiss. He wants to kiss Bezos rocket. All right, kiss right now. Anyway, look what these people made me do. It's your fault. It's your fault. Okay, anyway. The Musk rocket, the Musk rocket, up for another place that's habitable for human life. Okay, so, rocket rider, who you're dependent on these people to save you, right? Your salvation is in the rocket of Branson or Bezos or whichever. Okay, so now I gotta ask, man, how is it that these people believe, right? These people believe more in another planet they've never seen, more than they believe in God. All right? They don't believe in the salvation of Jesus, but they believe in the salvation of these people taking us to some planet that they've never seen, never heard of. It's not enough that the Lord himself says, I go to prepare a place for you. Didn't I say that? That's what the Lord says. He says, didn't I tell you that I went to go take place? If it wasn't so, I wouldn't have told you, right? And the thing is, Jesus wasn't just telling them about this place that he was going to die and then go to. He was telling them who he was in Exodus. That's what he was telling them. Hey, if I hadn't gone to prepare a place for you, I wouldn't have told you, right? He was talking about himself, because that was the place. Even in the Old Testament, he says, I'm going ahead of you to prepare a place for you. Matter of fact, God said, I am sending the angel with my name in him to go before you to a place that's been prepared for you. That's what Jesus was talking about. That's the only other time he's ever said, I go to prepare a place for you. No other time he's ever said that, because he was talking about himself. But it's not good enough that Jesus says, I have gone to prepare a place for you. And he's given us this testament signed with his blood that this is what he's done. But that's not good enough for people. They believe in the salvation of these people who are going to take them off to a planet they've never seen. They have faith in that. I guess, because really, where is the evidence? Where is the evidence that they demand to prove? They're always demanding evidence. Where is the evidence that there is such a planet? But I guess you just have to have faith, right? What you just gonna get into a rocket and y'all just gonna go on out there? I mean, let's say Mars, all right? You gonna colonize? Is that the option? Mars? That's that's gonna take some work. You're not gonna have. I tell you why that's not going to, because you guys you claim to be all about nature, right? Everything's got to be natural. You're trying to do away with a footprint. Do you realize how big of a footprint you're going to have to make to colonize Mars? Ain't nothing that you're going to do is going to be natural on Mars. Do you understand that? Mars is not a natural habitat for our species. It does not facilitate life. You're going to have to do a lot of unnatural things on Mars in order to make it habitable, quote unquote, habitable. It is not going to be a natural state for you. You guys are going to go in there and you guys are going to, you think that what, we're raping the earth? Oh, just think about what you're going to do to Mars to make it habitable. You guys are, it's like you're in imagination land, man. Don't get me wrong. Y'all, if space exploration, I'm not, let's say, an enthusiast, but it doesn't mean I don't find it fascinating. Exploring space, heck yeah, man, that kind of stuff excites me. I dig that kind of stuff. It would be amazing to step foot on Mars, the moon, a planet where it's like, where if at least, it's the pressure is at least tolerable, where we won't get crushed or anything like that, or blown away by high velocity winds and stuff like that. That stuff would be amazing. So it's not like I downplay. I'm just saying that you guys' there's reasons for doing it. Why you're doing it. It's totally contrary. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Okay, so did I just say slints? It makes no sense. But you believe that man can I guess you're gonna terraform? You're gonna terraform the planet or something? I don't know how far your imaginations can go with this without thinking that you're gonna not leave some sort of footprint on this planet, but you don't believe that God could? Right? You put your faith in man being able to do these things, but you don't believe that God can do these things. That makes no sense. So, and really, y'all, what does it come down to? What is it that you really want? What do you want? Do you want to find a new planet, or do you want to save this one? I mean, because that's what you guys keep talking about. We got to save the planet, save the planet, save the planet. Well, we got to go out in outer space and go find us a planet. Well, which one is it? Right? You guys need to be considered. I mean, maybe that's your contingency. If we can't save the Earth, then I guess we just got to go and find some other planet. And so that being said, y'all, when you guys do find, let's say it's Mars. Okay, Mars, this planet that you guys are going to go screw up. Let's say it's Mars. Or let's say you did find a planet that's as suitable for life as Earth. Here's the thing. How are you liberals going to put your equity into practice to migrate to this new planet? Who gets to go? Right? Who gets to go? Oh, I mean, I imagine you guys are going to say that only the best and the brightest to represent Earth, I suppose. Is that how you guys are going to do it? The ones that you hypocrites will grant sainthood, that'll get to go, these will be the ones allowed to traverse the heavens, while the rest of us enviro sinners remained doomed to a hell of global warming. Right? I don't know if you liberals realize how religious you guys sound. Right? You really don't. You don't see how religious you guys sound. Where is the evidence? Where's the evidence or record or testimony, right, from some other planet that tells you that this is so, right? Why is it that you can rely on faith? You can rely on faith that some dude with a rocket could facilitate your salvation, taking you into the heavens to colonize another world. But having the faith that Jesus, who gave us the testimony from the heavens through witnesses, that he will migrate us into the heavens. But that's crazy coming from us, right? But you guys are the woke ones. You guys are the enlightened, informed, and educated ones, right? Come on, man. That's hypocrisy. That's full-on hypocrisy. You don't have the evidence. All you can do is deny the evidence that we have, but we have the evidence. The proof has been done. The proof is written in blood. Okay, so where you guys are coming from, yeah, it's totally inconsistent. All right, let's see. Thank you guys for hanging in there with me, man. It's good to see you. And, I'm trying to stay on track. So, if I don't read the feed right now, please understand that I'm not ignoring y'all. I can feel you. I can feel you. And it's great, man. It's a blessing that you guys are hanging up in here with me. Let's see. Let's take a look at Alabama Governor Ivey. It's time to start blaming the unvaccinated folks for COVID surge. They are letting us down. This is coming from Breitbart, right? Breitbart.com. Okay. That's okay. You were let down too. And she says that this blaming people. Okay. She wants to start blaming people now. I see. Well, wasn't this the same woman? And she's a so-called Republican, by the way. She was apologizing. She went from apologizing to blame. We got to start blaming people. But just a little while ago, she was apologizing for church bombing. Church bombing that we're talking about Birmingham, right? She's apologized, still apologizing for that. It's like she still got a lot of Democrat left in her. And I don't understand if she understands what she would be apologizing for. And I said, that's why I say she's got a lot of Democrat left, because she doesn't seem to be placing the blame on Democrats as far as that goes. Who did that, but she wants to take she says that we should apologize for it, like Republicans should apologize for it. If not, who else? Who do you think is supposed to be apologizing for that? Actually, that's the apology that should be coming from Democrats. But so she wanted to apologize for that. And like I said, let's not forget, she was a Democrat and she is a disgrace of a Republican. And if we're gonna blame people, I'll be happy to blame the fools who keep voting for her. Right? Yeah, there's some blame there, but hey, I reckon Alabama is still hanging on to its Democrats' roots too, right? Alabama was a Democrat state, longer than it was a Republican. It still got a lot of that left in them, just like Kay Ivey. So yeah, I blame y'all for keep voting for her. So, if she wants to pass some blame around for that, she says, when asked how to increase Alabama's vaccination rate, Ivey said, I don't know. You tell me. Folks are supposed to have sense. Okay, woman, you think that being injected with something that's promoted as a vaccine when it really isn't, that's being tested on Americans, and the state and pharmaceutical companies aren't liable for any damages, and people are still able to transmit COVID, right, or get it, and then the indefinite amount of variants that they conjure up, taking all that in consideration, you're questioning our common sense? Nah. Yeah, like I said, you still got a lot of Democrat left in you. Republican, definitely Republican in name only. Yeah, and like I said, I blame people who vote for people like this, If she wants to pass blame around. Let's see. women's soccer team, right? Well, I'm pretty sure we've already heard enough of that. Blasted, of course, for their so-called woke protest. I'll bet Rapido really wants to around some balls. I bet she mad. All right, so like now here's the thing, man. What's up with a lot of conservatives out there? They're acting like they're making a big sacrifice to cheer, right, over the loss of the women's soccer team. Right? It's like it's, it may have taken a lot. It may have taken a lot, but you know what? I actually cheered against the American soccer team. Of course, these women, they're anti. They don't represent America, right? They're representing their selfish selves, and they don't count. Now, of course, don't get me wrong, because America should have been onto this even while they were going. You knew what America. You knew who these people were. You knew who these people were. Now you want to cheer because they went and lost? We could have stopped that before that. These people were telling you who they were, right? And you didn't do nothing. Now but then we end up paying for them to go to the Olympics to represent us. So, come on, man. It's like, what, to be cheering because they lost, that's not a big sacrifice. This is something that, the writing was all over the walls. And it's like cheering for a women's soccer team. Come on, conservatives. You hate soccer anyway. It ain't no big thing for you to cheer that a soccer team lost. You hate soccer, right? Ridiculous. I see a lot of conservatives with a ridiculous amount of hatred for soccer. Who's that cat, man? Hannity. He goes on about. It's like I haven't listened to Hannity in years, man. I haven't, But it's like even like during the last times I was listening, it's like soccer. You mentioned soccer, and he just wants to go on about how much he hates soccer. It's like, dude, seriously? No wonder people think we're freaking phobes, right? It doesn't make any sense. It's like, okay, you don't whatever, man. But just go on about it. It's like, whatever, man. Anyway, let's see what's next. The celebration or the anniversary of Woodstock '99. This is coming from thesun.com, and it's basically saying that Woodstock '99 was meant to honor the spirit of the iconic 60s hippie festival of peace and love. But now it is best remembered for the weekend's descent into catastrophic carnage, right? Yeah. Now, concert was attended, by more of those proto-plant-based precursors to the so-called peace, love, and butt sex generation that we have today. And and all these people all they heard was some music. They just heard some music, and they went to raping, looting, setting things on fire, and rolling around in doo-doo. That's what happened at that. What's that? And I don't even know if I don't even know at that concert they even took I don't know if there was brown acid available at that concert. Now at the original Woodstock, if they started acting a little crazy, they let folks know, hey, don't take brown acid, right? Now I don't know what they were on. It's like, dude, they just, the bottom line is, y'all, and I remember that Fred got blamed for this, right? I guess, he did song, Give Me Something to Break, and I guess this was an early Trump move where he incited a riot. Fred Durst, he was just singing a song, and all of a sudden a riot ensued, and so it's all Fred Durst's fault when all he was doing was singing a song. And so like just same way they're gonna try to blame Trump for some riot. It's like, dude, seriously, I didn't incite a riot, and Fred Durst didn't incite a riot either. These people didn't do anything that wasn't already in them. And they're the same as these people talk about this peace and social justice and all that. No, you guys were full of hate and anger. You guys are upset about issues, deep-seated issues that don't even have anything to do with Republicans or conservatives or Trump or anything like that. The things that you guys are angry about are things that happened in your communities, and your communities are run by godless Democrats. You're in a community of godless Democrats. You guys infect each other. You guys put these things into each other, and these are the things that you're angry about. That is your microcosm, all right? That's y'all. You guys are being influenced and infected and poisoned by the people who are around you. And you guys are poisoned by other liberal Democrats. The liberal mindset that is what surrounds you. That's what you got. You guys try to use that as a filter to examine the whole world and other people and stuff like that. No, that's you, right? Y'all did it. You guys feed this sort of stuff, and you guys need something to be angry about. And you'll latch on to anything. and try to make yourselves like some sort of champions for some sort of struggle or cause or anything like that to assume to redeem yourselves. That's what you guys are doing. And you guys think that the angrier you are, the more righteous you appear. You Pharisaic nuts. It doesn't work that way. So, like I said, they tried to, I remember people trying to blame Fred Durst for that. And it's like, no, Fred Durst didn't get you guys to do anything that wasn't already in you to do, right? Y'all were going to snap anyway. And like I said, you guys snapped because of the things that you guys feed yourselves, right? Ain't nobody doing these things to you that you were accused of. Are these things happening, right? Are there things that are poisoning you and things that you could be really upset about and things that have happened? Sure. And that's coming from people like you, people like yourselves do these things, people among you. So, please, consider where you're trying to place that blame. You could come to Jesus for that. He takes care of that stuff. Because I understand, because I used to be one of you, right? I know. I was there, and praise be to God. He'll liberate you from that and get you to see things clearly and to actually saw. And this isn't a point of ignorance is bliss or anything like that. No, you will actually see clearly, right? He's a great filter where it's like you put on them gospel glasses and you actually see what's going on so you can actually get liberated. You guys are not liberated. You're not fighting for liberation at all, right? You're basically fighting to keep yourself brain chained is what you're doing. Just strangling yourselves, choking yourselves out. So at any rate, y'all, that's what came across my desk. For actually, I'm trying to play catch up. This stuff came across my desk last week, actually, and I'm just trying to play catch up. And I appreciate you guys, still tuning in to, even though the news isn't quite growing old or growing cold and growing mold, not quite yet. So I was still able to get a little something out of it. And hopefully I did, shed a little, light on this, as we come in here, hang out in the TZL. And if you really, if you dig what, we try to share up in here, I hope you guys will go to bronzeserpentmedia.com. I certainly appreciate your support. I'm not the kind of person who really likes to solicit or anything like that and say subscribe and all that sort of stuff. YouTube is blocking my, they're keeping my subscriptions from growing anyway. But hey, if you want to fight back and you find this, content worth, being seen and heard, because YouTube certainly doesn't want it to be seen or heard, as you guys can see by my view counts and stuff like that. You can see by my subscriber base that my view counts do not reflect how many subscribers that I have. It's because they keep my stuff squashed. But if you want to help fight back against that and, and try to get this work to surface, and you want to subscribe and ring that bell and stuff like that, please do so. I really appreciate it if you guys want to help to, support the spread of some sanity. Make sure you get your cups at bronzeserpentmedia.com. Got the shirts at bronzeserpentmedia.com. Got the music, 20-pound sledge. I hope you guys will help fight back in the culture, y'all. Don't let these lunatics make all the music, y'all. That's driving the culture crazy. Help fight back. Right? Get some good American-made rock and roll, okay? Come check out my music project, 20-Pound Sledge, right? American-made rock and roll, American-made Patriot grade rock and roll, 20-Pound Sledge. Come and get you some. Get that stuff in your playlist instead of all this poison playlist stuff that's out there. Come and get support 20-Pound Sledge with our effort to rock the gospel, all right? And check out the audio book, A Solid Right Cross. Y'all can listen to this stuff and download it even for free. I just want to get the message out there. If you want to leave, if you want to put in an amount, whatever you want to pay for it, I don't care, right? Whatever you want to pay, put it in there. If you want to get it for free, don't care. Just share it, right? You don't need to register. You don't need to get on my mailing list or anything like that. It's no catch. Just download it if you want, right? And like I said, but if you want to support, you want to make a donation to it, it's there available for you too. If you want to share it, start to help promote salt and light values, gospel values, biblical values in the culture, and make it where it's like, hey man, this is the stuff that rocks. Support, right? Light a candle, dang it. Don't just curse the darkness. You see what these crazy people are doing, right? Don't just be like, oh, these liberals are so crazy. No. Offer something else, right? So I hope you guys will go to my website and support. That being said, y'all, blessings to you. Let me see. Somebody says, Somebody says, mic problems. Already, shouldn't be any mic problems. I haven't done anything, but it is what it is. Good thing I'm going to wrap it up right now and say thank you. God bless you. We'll see you next time.